So far, we've raised the temperature of the Earth 1 degree, which doesn't sound like very much, and it really isn't. It's the equivalent of, we're trapping about 3/4 of a watt per square meter of the Earth's surface of extra solar energy, so less than one of those tiny white Christmas tree lights per square meter of the Earth's surface. Turns out, though, that taken in toto is quite a lot of energy, and it's been enough to melt the Arctic. I mean, after this past summer, which was truly epic in its melt, one can safely say, I fear, that the Arctic is broken. We've taken one of the largest physical features on the planet and dismantled it. And you can say the same thing about most of the other major physical features on this planet. I mean, the oceans, which are our very metaphor for vastness, and which even 25 years ago we had no reason to think you could seriously change. They're about 30% more acid, it turns out, than they were 40 years ago. The chemistry of seawater changes dramatically as it absorbs carbon from the atmosphere. Terrestrially, the thing that I think hits us most often is the simple fact that since warm air holds more water vapor than cold, the atmosphere is about 5% wetter than it was 40 years ago. That's a staggering change in a basic physical parameter of the Earth. And what it does is very effectively load the dice for more drought and more flood, both of which we see. So that 1 degree is a very big deal. One of the reasons it's a big deal is it gives us fair warning of what to expect going forward. We're not going to erase that 1 degree. In fact, the scientists who predicted what would happen so far are confident, robust in their declaration that unless we get off coal and gas and oil very quickly, far more quickly than any government currently plans, that 1 degree will be 4 or 5 degrees before the century is out, which in turn will raise just basic problems about the survival of our civilization. The agronomists think that from this point forward, every degree increase in global average temperature should cut grain yields about 10%. And if you were watching the Midwest this summer, you have some idea of how that's possible. Try to imagine this Earth with 20 or 30 or 40% fewer calories on it, and then see whether you think any of the other things that we worry about, development, war and peace, hunger, women's issues, all the things we care about and hope about devoutly on this planet, whether any of them will have a chance of getting our attention. I think not.